I'm Ashley.
I'm Brooke.
And you're here with us on A Teacher's Who Talk Crime
Podcast. Yes, so Ashley celebrated her birthday.
I sure did.
If you didn't hear about that, go back to last week's episode.
At this point, you've already gobbled till you wobbled, right?
Yeah. How was Thanksgiving?
Happy Thanksgiving, belatedness.
Kind of, maybe. Who knows?
Did everybody eat a wonderful meal? I know I didn't.
You know what's crazy?
What?
Is when you get married, right? You have to coordinate what you're gonna do with the families. So I've never really been a Thanksgiving person.
Yes, you always travel.
Always. Even before I met James, I always traveled on Thanksgiving. But we obviously have Preston now, so we probably need to do family stuff. Anywho, we were asking James's family, we were like, hey, what are the Thanksgiving plans? We need to go ahead and figure everything out.
Yeah.
I don't know if we were too pushy or if we made it seem as though we were so busy that we just had to have a date. His dad scheduled Thanksgiving the day before Thanksgiving. His mom scheduled Thanksgiving the day after Thanksgiving. No one scheduled anything the day of. It's so weird. So weird.
That is really weird.
Yeah.
Because Thanksgiving is Thanksgiving.
Right. But we can't go to my family's Thanksgiving because that's 3 hours away. So why would you drive 3 hours to go eat, drive 3 hours back just to turn around the very next day to do it again? So it's y'all kind of screwed us on that. But whatever.
Yeah. I have Thanksgiving off this year. The girls will be with their dad. My mom and dad are working. So I will just be here collecting dust, probably coloring. No stuffing, no turkey, no macaroni and cheese.
I'm so sorry.
Because Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. It is my
I remember you said that last year.
Holiday. My favorite holiday.
Last Thanksgiving weekend is how we got Preston.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Full circle. We're just back
around.
It
is. Yeah. We are. Yep.
Love that.
Yeah. So we'll have 2 Thanksgivings, and I guess Thanksgiving Day we'll just hang out at the house.
That's nice.
And watch the parade.
Yeah. I might go see Wicked. I might try.
I think you should. I don't think it'll be crowded.
I hope not, but I don't know. I hope not, because I need something I can't just sit in the house all day, or else I'm going to cry and just think of all the food that's not going into my belly,
Yeah.
So I should probably...
I would say that it's not going to be crowded, but then again, people have some weird Thanksgiving traditions.
Yes. I think maybe I'll look at the tickets the day of and see how many seats. Because if you look, you'll see how many seats are available. If there's 1 or 2, I don't want to be...
That's true.
And then I don't want the people singing. I would like to just hum to myself and hear Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy. I just know that she's going to put her foot into this role. The clips I've seen so far.
Yeah, it looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah. So I'll let y'all know if that's going to be my Thanksgiving this year, or if I'm going to end up in a spa. Who knows?
Who knows?
We'll figure it out, though. We will figure it out. Are we going to jump into our...
We can. 100%. Let's do it.
All right. We're going to jump into our... And this one, as Brooke said on our last episode, we are slim pickings to star students. So I went on the good old Spotify, and there's Q&As in there, so people can respond, not necessarily comment on our episodes, but
talk to us.
Yeah. So there is one from episode 131, The Murder of Kane Highland. The one that I just did the update on. And it's from Savannah, and in parentheses it says Taylor's version.
We love that.
Okay, Savannah, Taylor's version. And it says, I love your podcast. Stop, do you? Thank you.
We love that.
I've been listening since episode 3. When we were in the closet.
We were literally in the closet.
And now I go in that closet every morning.
That's what
I go in that closet every morning to get dressed, and I'm just like, I can't believe I literally put a chair in here. And if you would have even saw the video footage of those, it was
hilarious.
I'm glad y'all don't have that, because
wow,
it was treacherous. And then we're putting clothes to muffle the sound, so there's just things everywhere in there. It was. We appreciate you sticking with us, Savannah girl. We appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
So she said she's been listening since episode 3 and have loved y'all since. Keep doing great, ladies. You know, we will.
Thank you.
We're going to do our best, because that's what we can do, Savannah.
Yep.
So Savannah, Taylor's version. Thank you so much for your review. This gold stars for you. Bing. Ooh, yikes.
Yeah,
I feel it.
Yeah.
I understand, girl. I understand. Because normally I will scroll after we record. I'm going to lay my behind in the bed and go to bed.
See, here's my luck is I'm going to get in the bed, and right when I fall asleep, he's going to want to wake up.
And then I would say, Father, you're going to do your duties. Go get the titty milk from the fridge.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Because, child.
Yeah.
I never got to experience that, but I imagine that I would not be a very nice person if I experienced it.
Yeah.
I don't like being woken up, period. So to be woken up to a screaming little human that grew in my tummy, and I'm just like,
he doesn't scream.
Good.
He doesn't scream. He literally is like,
okay.
And I just go ahead and I'm just like,
all right,
here you go.
Here you go. The elixir.
And then he's right back asleep.
Love that. He's like, Mommy, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of titty milk, Stephanie was cracking up with the Taki titty milk. That one episode we were talking about the milk was spicy. She literally called me before she finished the episode and was like, Taki titty milk is crazy.
Isn't it crazy?
That should be our new shirt.
Taki titty milk.
Taki titty milk. Maybe not
with
the
titties
on it, but definitely Takis.
100%.
Maybe like a baby bottle with like Takis in it or something.
That's nice.
Would y'all wear the Taki titty milk?
Taki titty milk. Taki titty milk. Yeah. Hey.
You got
Sometimes
TTC and TTM.
Sometimes you have the Taki titty milk.
Yeah. Hey. There you go.
Yeah. Damn. That poor baby. Oh, Lord.
That poor baby.
And you can't communicate it. Like, you can't say, hey, mama.
You just like, why is this baby? Oh, gosh. Imagine a child. Imagine your baby not saying one thing. The first thing they say is, why is this spicy? But that's what the Taki titty milk do. That's what it does. Get your talking.
Yep. Right. Whatever gets the juices flowing. Yep. Okay. Well, we're going to jump into it. So sit down, shut up. The murder is about to begin.
Oh.
All right, this is another mini lesson. I did not realize that last week Ashley was also going to do a mini lesson, and I am also doing a mini lesson. And not really technically a mini lesson. It is a mini lesson, but it's only a mini lesson because we haven't gone to trial yet for this particular case. And so when they don't go to trial, they leave a lot of things not being reported on because you don't want to like ruin the trial and evidence and stuff. So there's a lot that we don't know that I am sure will come to light once this goes to trial.
And this happened before. Last time you told me this happened before mine.
You did.
Like way before mine, and it still hasn't gone to trial yet. So
no. Not sure.
So let's see what's up.
Yeah. So let's get close to home, shall we? This case today happened right here in Alabama back in 2020, just 2 hours away from where I currently live. An Alabama teenager was arrested for allegedly killing his mother and twin 13-year-old brothers in their home while they slept.
Dang, what is up with this back-to-back?
I know. When you said your case, I was like, what?
That is insane.
Yeah.
Wow. Go ahead.
So Landon Durham, sorry, let me run that back. Landon Durham, 16 years old from Munford, Alabama, faces capital murder charges in all 3 of the killings and will be charged as an adult for the horrific crimes. The police on the scene and detectives working the case believed that Holly, Branson, and Barron were all killed around 3 a.m. Tuesday, January 21st, 2020, inside their own home by the hands of their own blood. Detectives also believed that once Landon killed his family, he went back to sleep with their bodies lying dead in the home. He woke up like he would any other Tuesday morning, got himself ready, and went to school that day at Munford High School. Stayed all day, went to class, socialized, got taught some math.
No.
Yep.
Not business as usual.
Business as usual.
That's insane.
I know, right? His crime almost went undetected, except for a family member had tried to get in touch with Holly that day and had no luck. I would also assume that this family member had like a pit in their stomach because like gut feelings are very real. You know, and I mean like when I am going to call you, Ashley, like I check your location first, right? I'm like, okay, she's at home. Let me call her. But then I have to call you twice because you have your phone on Do Not Disturb.
Right.
Yeah. But like, I'm sure this family member was like, why is Holly not answering? This is not usual, especially if they had like something planned that day or what have you. So they reached out to someone else. I think multiple sources said that they reached out to another friend or another family member. It could be either one. So they reached out to someone else, and that person went by the home to see if they could get a hold of Holly and the family. That is when they came upon the gruesome scene Landon had left behind. They exited the home and immediately called 911. When Talladega County Chief Deputy Joshua Tubbs arrived on the scene that night, he was horrified and told AL.com that, quote, "It's one of the worst things I've ever seen, and I've been here for 19 years. Wow. It's the worst thing that I've seen in my career." The first body, one of the twin brothers, was found in the living room. The mother, Holly, was found in her bedroom, and the second twin brother was found in a different bedroom. All 3 victims had been stabbed, and it was said in one report that they were stabbed with a knife, but also other sharp objects. First responders also found a symbol resembling the letter S and the word toga, T-O-G-A, along with several arrows that had been spray painted on the walls inside the home. The letters C, P, and B were spray painted on cabinets. First responders also noticed that Landon was clearly missing from the home, and an SUV that the family drove was also missing. Therefore, a BOLO was quickly issued for Landon to all the surrounding law enforcement agencies. It wasn't until Wednesday around 8:40 a.m. that Landon was found, so a whole nother day later, that Landon was found in Cherokee County 2.5 hours away from his hometown and arrested inside of a store with no incidents. So he didn't like put up a fight or anything.
Yeah. He was like, oh, you got me.
Yeah. It was around this time family members and the school and sheriffs began issuing statements themselves regarding the triple homicide. Dr. Suzanne Lacey, superintendent of Talladega County Schools, sent a statement saying, quote, "Last night we learned of a tragedy in the Munford community. Like any small town, when tragedy strikes, it affects the entire community, including the school community. Our focus is to support the school family during this difficult time. We have additional counselors available to provide a helping hand and listening ear to our Munford students and staff." And she keeps referring to like this small town. And I think I've said it a few times, like this small community or the community or this small town. So to give some context, the Munford area, Munford, Alabama, only has 1,365 residents as of 2020. So yeah.
That's a small town feel.
This is a very small town. So like everybody literally knows your business. Yeah.
Like everybody knows who you are.
Everyone. And knows who your grandmother is. Yeah.
I can't imagine living in a town like that.
So yeah, so imagine a triple homicide takes place too.
Yeah.
You know,
and then one of your residents is the one who did it, who's also related to the family. Like that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
During holding, after Landon was arrested, he waived his rights and admitted to killing his mother and brothers by stabbing them with knives. They then inquired about what they found spray painted on the walls and the cabinet, and Landon simply told them that the letter S was a symbol that he liked, and toga was an animated character that he also liked. And the letters C, P, and B spray painted on the cabinets stood for cups, plates, and bowls. He also explained that the arrows that he spray painted were to indicate where the officers might find the bodies. Yeah. A little confusing.
I'm just confused why he's telling the police where to find the tableware. Like, why is that necessary?
Like, here's the cups, here's the plates, here's the bowls.
And you like the letter S, and you like some character named Toga, and then you drew arrows like they couldn't
clearly see what happened.
That seems unnecessary to me.
It does seem unnecessary, but it also, when I was reading it, I was like, okay, there could be some things here. Obviously, we know what he's going to try to plead because we talked about it in our last case. So by doing this, did he does it give him does it give him the upper hand to plead insanity, right?
I mean, yes, but there has to be that, like, they have to do all these tests to see if you really truly are insane.
And and
who knows if those tests are going to show that. If you just are like, all right, I'm just going to spray put all this nonsense on the wall and draw some arrows and just act nonchalant when they ask me about it, like it really means something more than it is when it's really exactly what it is.
Yeah, I like the letter S. I like the character toga. And here's where you can find the cups, plates, and bowls.
And the arrows in case you didn't see
the bodies.
The deceased bodies in the home. Like that.
Well, and he also, this is a side note because it is worth mentioning because I feel as the prosecutor, I would bring this up in the trial. But when you look up toga, Landon said that he liked this character, and this character is a Japanese anime character in a series. And according to the internet, this character is about 16 years old, a female who often drained people of their blood and attacked them with knives. So could this be related? We don't know, but it is something interesting to think about.
Yeah, there definitely is a connection there.
And I guarantee the prosecution's going to bring it up. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, they wouldn't. They wouldn't be doing their jobs if they did.
Yeah. The preliminary hearing was scheduled for March 3rd, 2020, and at the time of the warrant being signed, Landon said that yes, he did intentionally kill the victims by stabbing them. At this time, Landon did not have an attorney mentioned in the warrant or a statement. Landon, at 18 years old, 2 years later, was officially charged with capital murder in the slayings of his mother, Holly Durham, 36 years old at the time, Branson Durham, and Baron Durham, both 13 years old at the time, twin boys. Landon's attorney tried requesting that Landon be tried under the youthful offender status due to his age and no prior record. If this had been granted by the judge, this would have eliminated the jury, sealed all court records, and if convicted, only given Landon the maximum of 3 years in prison.
3 years? One per life he took?
Yeah.
Is not enough.
No.
is not enough. I'm sorry. You, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah. But that would have been the most that he could have received.
That's
that would have been the limit.
Crazy.
Isn't it wild? Yeah. However, this request was denied by the circuit judge, William Hollingsworth, and Landon would face a jury and he would be tried as adult, according to the judge. However, it is to be noted that even though Landon is being tried as an adult, his age does play a factor, and if he's found guilty, he could not receive the death penalty here in Alabama because of his age.
Okay.
He could, however, receive life with or without parole.
Ooh.
So because of his age, the death penalty does have to be taken off of the table, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But he could receive life with
he could
or
spend
without.
the rest of his life.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes. This led Landon to enter a plea of not guilty and not guilty by reason of mental defect. As of April 2022, the capital cases are on hold awaiting for the results of the psychiatric evaluation. However, District Attorney Steve Giddens said that the first round of testing had come back and it did determine that Landon was competent to stand trial and participate in his own defense. The second portion of testing is meant to determine if Landon's state of mind at the time of the murders, but it has not been completed at this time. A trial date and motive had not been posted yet, but when it does, we will certainly keep you updated, as we always do. However, there is a slight update since all of this took place, because one would hope that prison is somewhere criminals can reform. That's why they created the system, to reform. But the teenager managed to pick up another felony charge while in the Talladega County Metro Jail. According to the sheriff, a maintenance crew worker and a corrections officer were making repairs around the jail and were in Landon's cell when they stumbled upon a homemade knife. Landon was then charged with promoting prison contraband in the first degree, adding to his already pending capital murder charges.
Wow.
The defense attorney also said later in a statement, he was like, I mean, what was the point of that? I don't know, because he's going to already face these charges. But bond was set for $7,500.
And it doesn't make it any better that you stabbed your family.
Right.
And now you have a makeshift knife in your cell.
Right.
So what are the intentions of this knife?
Exactly. Yep. And that is what we know right now about the Landon Durham case. I mean, there's so much to unpack here. There's so much that they haven't released. Definitely, I think as a jury member, they're gonna want motive.
Yeah.
You don't need motive to prove a case, but jury members really like motive. I think it helps solidify it.
I feel like he might spill it because he's been forthcoming with like what the symbols meant on the wall and very honest about him.
Let me show you his mugshot.
Is he smiling?
Let me show you his mugshot.
Is he smiling?
Oh my gosh, go back.
I feel like he strikes me as a smiler.
Yep.
Why are you grinning like it's picture day?
It literally looked like a school picture.
Like just minus the orange jumpsuit. Like,
yep.
What are you smiling about? You murdered your family.
Yeah. And I think too,
your brothers are never gonna get to graduate, never gonna get to get married.
I think that you're right, though. I think he'll end up admitting or taking some kind of plea because one, he was so forthcoming with like, that stood for cups, plates, and bowls. What do you mean?
Yeah, like, oh, you guys didn't realize that there were cups, bowls, and plates in there.
Yeah, and that's how I see him saying it.
Yeah,
and like he also like when they arrived at the store and like arrested him, he was just like,
"Yeah, here I am."
Okay,
took y'all long enough.
Yeah, took you a whole day.
Dude, so I'm guessing there's nothing about his dad or anything like that. It was just his mom.
His dad refuses to give a statement, but his dad was not at the home.
But he lived there.
I don't know. But his dad was all three of the children's dad, and he refused to give a statement. The only person that spoke out that was a family member was his aunt. And I mean, she just, asked for prayer and thoughts and to be, be with them at this time. Mm-hmm. But his dad has not spoken out.
Wow, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. I wonder what his reasoning is for that.
I don't know.
Because why would you not make a statement?
Yeah. But I definitely will have updates for you guys for this one because this is going to have a lot of layers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, too many lessons in a row. Look at us.
I know, right?
Teaching these many lessons that y'all know.
Less than 30 minutes on this one, so
wow,
I hope you guys got a little...
with editing, I think we're going to be around like 25 something.
Shortest one yet.
I really think it is. I really think it is. 100%. Wow. Okay, well, thanks for bringing us that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're done recording for the evening.
We're going to bed.
I'm tired. So, as always, the bell don't dismiss you.
We do.
So, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.